What if I told you that one of the biggest pizza empires in the world started with a single small store bought for just $900? That a boy raised in an orphanage, who had every reason to give up, instead built a multi-billion-dollar empire through grit, mistakes, faith and sheer determination? This is the real-life rags-to-riches story of Tom Monaghan, the founder of Domino's Pizza. And if you've ever felt like life is stacked against you, his story might just be the hope you need today. Tom Monaghan was born in 1937 in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Life was already tough for his family, but when Tom was just 4 years old, tragedy hit hard. His father died suddenly, leaving Tom's mother to raise two young boys on her own. Overwhelmed and unable to provide, she made a painful choice. She placed Tom and his brother into a Catholic orphanage. Now, imagine this. A little boy, grieving, separated from his family, living in an orphanage that was strict, cold and unforgiving. He wasn't handed opportunity. He was handed discipline, struggle and survival. But it was there, in that tough environment, that something important was planted in Tom, a relentless work ethic, a sense of order and a faith that would guide him for the rest of his life. Tom wanted to become an architect. He dreamed of designing buildings that would stand for generations. But life, as it often does, had other plans. After high school, Tom accidentally signed up for the Marines instead of the Army due to a mistake on his paperwork. That decision would become one of the best things that ever happened to him. The Marines taught him perseverance, responsibility and grit. But when he got out, he found himself broke, without direction, and still chasing something bigger. That's when opportunity came in the form of pizza. In 1960, Tom and his brother James borrowed $900 to buy a small, struggling pizza store in Ypsilanti, Michigan. It was called Domino's. Neither of them had experience in the pizza business. In fact, Tom didn't even know how to make pizza. But he saw potential. College students were always hungry, always in a hurry, and always looking for convenience. That little insight would change everything. Very quickly, Tom's brother lost interest in the business and traded his half of the company to Tom in exchange for a used Volkswagen Beetle. Tom was now on his own. He ran the shop, did deliveries and slept on the floor. He poured every bit of himself into the business. He began to notice something. People didn't want a huge menu. They wanted fast, reliable, consistent pizza, so he simplified everything, kept the menus small, kept the operations lean and focused heavily on delivery. He didn't want to be the fanciest pizza place. He wanted to be the most dependable. That mindset changed the game. He renamed the business Domino's Pizza in 1965, and with every hard-earned dollar, he expanded. He began franchising and taught other hungry entrepreneurs how to replicate his model. By keeping the pizza consistent, delivery fast, and branding simple, Domino's started to grow fast. By 1978, there were over 200 Domino's locations. By 1983, there were 1,000. One of the most iconic moves Tom made was introducing the 30-minute delivery guarantee. It wasn't just pizza anymore, it was a promise. A revolution in the world of fast food. He had turned a tiny store into a nationwide sensation. But with great success, often comes great distraction. As the money poured in, Tom Monaghan became wildly wealthy. He bought mansions, private jets and exotic cars. He even purchased the Detroit Tigers baseball team. On the outside, it looked like he had it all. But on the inside, something was off. Tom began to realize that the things he once believed would make him happy weren't bringing him peace. Then everything changed. Tom read a book that would shake him to his core by C.S. Lewis. It led him to deeply reflect on his life, his purpose, and what truly mattered. He had grown up with nothing. He had worked like a man possessed, but in chasing wealth, he had started to forget what gave him strength in the first place, his faith. So, he made a radical decision. Tom Monaghan sold almost everything. The sports team, the car collection, the lavish lifestyle. He stepped away from running Domino's day to day and rededicated his life to God and to giving back. He founded Ave Maria University and Ave Maria School of Law, investing millions into building a Catholic educational community. He began pouring money into charitable work, supporting causes that aligned with his beliefs. His goal wasn't to just be rich, his goal was to leave a legacy. In 1998, he sold 93% of Domino's to Bain Capital for a reported $1 billion. Let that sink in for a moment. An orphan who slept on the floor of his first pizza shop became a billionaire. Not through luck, not through shortcuts, but through relentless work, painful lessons, bold decisions, and the courage to change course when he realized he was losing himself. Tom Monaghan's story is more than a business success. It's a life success. It's proof that no matter where you start in life, your future is still unwritten. You can come from nothing, lose everything, and still rise higher than anyone imagined. And his message is simple: success without purpose is empty. Wealth without meaning is noise, but a life built on values, effort, and faith, that's something worth fighting for. So the next time you see a Domino's pizza box, don't just think of cheese and crust. Think of a young boy who had every reason to quit, but didn't. Think of a man who built an empire out of one tiny store. And then ask yourself, if he could do it, what's stopping you? Because sometimes all it takes is one idea, one moment, one shot at something small to begin something incredible. Never give up on your dream.